Guys, it's Tailwind Eagle here, bringing you a second draft analysis for the PBL Season 7. So for PBL Season 7, we are doing 4 weeks per team. So I had my last team, which you saw the draft analysis for, and now I have this team. This team, obviously, is my new team. So let's jump in. So I had 5th pick overall in the new draft order, and I got Zeraora. Now, Zeraora is a very fast electric type. I took it as my tier 1. It is tier 1 in this league. Fantastic usage of Plasma Fists, close combat, knockoff, fake out, fire punch, some great coverage. It also gets special with Volt Switch. It gets access to Hidden Power Ice, so I know because I don't get Ice Punch, which would be handy for me to take out ground types. I believe it gets Grass Knot as well. This Pokemon is just overall very fast. It's pretty bulky as well. It can take some hits, and dish out attacks back, and it doesn't always need to be max speed because the base 143 speed outspeeds a lot of Pokemon, which means it can actually put a lot of HP or bulk investment elsewhere, or even go mixed if it needs to. So that was my first round pick, and I didn't want to lose it. Next pick I was going for was Araquanid, but unfortunately Araquanid got sniped as Vienna's first pick, so I needed a backup for that. And I decided to go with Slurpuff. Now, Slurpuff fills up my Fairy Core. I was going to go with a different fairy this time, but due to the Araquanid snipe, I thought the Slurpuff would work really well due to the fact that it's beaten me many times. I've seen it put in a lot of work. The new webs it got in Gen 7 is huge. It gives me access to webs, Calm Mind Sweeper, Belly Drum Sweeper, Unburden User in general, my fairy type, Wish Passer, Cleric, fantastic ability as well in Sweet Veil, if I don't want to run Unburden. But that's main thing about Slurpuff. I took it as my second round pick, so I didn't want to lose it because I didn't want Rabombi, I didn't want Galvantula, I didn't want Ariados, didn't want Shuckle, so my webs users were kind of limited, and I kind of wanted webs this time around, so I went with Slurpuff. Following that, though, it was pretty quick to get back to me, and I went with Milotic. I needed a very good bulky water. And the bulky water I went with is Milotic due to the fact that it's got a 125 SPDF, 100 special attack, 95 HP, and just a great water type. Obviously, access to Marvel Scale helps it with its bulk, getting the Flame Orb set. Flame Orb set allows me to be extremely physically bulky, while also taking special hits all day. I also could run Adrenaline Orb competitive against Intimidate users like Landorus. I've got access to just competitive in general. If someone's get to defog me, I can get my 100 base special attack up higher by 2 stages just by every stat dropped, which is huge. Next up, it's Crocodile. I went with Crocodile because I needed a ground type, I needed a dark type, and I really wanted an Intimidate user in this draft. Last time I had Staraptor, but I didn't really use it for that. I wanted at least one Intimidate user for this draft, so I had one that I could use in the playoffs if I get there without needing it to be Staraptor. This Pokemon obviously fantastic with Moxie. Scarf Moxie is huge. Being able to just outspeed a lot of things, Earthquake and get +1 attack, or Intimidate and lower their attack. 117 attack is really nice. The 92 speed, it's a decent speed tier. Outspeed is base 90s, like I know Gardevoir is base 80, which I outspeed that. I know Chandelure is base 80 as well, it can outspeed that. Full shy just of base 95s like Silvally and Kyurem, which is unfortunate, but overall its typing and is fantastic. Ground and dark stab spam is just very nice in general. But I then noticed that I was kind of, my 5 Pokemon had kind of lost the Thunderous Furion that my first opponent bought, so I saw it as like a counter drafting to me, so I needed something that could one-shot it. And I couldn't decide between 2 fire types, but I had decided that a Firium Z was something I definitely wanted because it's extremely strong. I've got Fire Fang Crook, Fire Punch Zeraora, Flamethrower Slurpuff. My next Pokemon's going to be a fire type, whether it be Darmanitan, Blacephalon, Shandy. I think Shandy was gone at the time, but I know I had a lot of fire options. So I went with Firium Z 5th because I didn't want to lose it. I had a long wait before it got back to me, I believe, or it was pretty close. I know I'd just woken up at that point picking this up, so I was happy with it. But following that, I ended up decided on Blacephalon. Now the reason I went with Blacephalon is because Crook physical, Zeraora mainly physical, the unburdened version of Slurpuff, that's 3 physical hitters right there, and I was considering Mega Beedrill, I was considering Mega Aggron, I was considering, I believe, Mega Gallade, a lot of physical Megas, so I didn't want to be swamped by physical attackers, so I went with Blacephalon over Darmanitan. The base 107 speed allows me to outspeed base Scarf 100s, base Scarf 95s, base Scarf 105s if I'm running a Scarf myself. The Beast Boost allows me to boost my speed if I'm only like, I believe, 20 special attack, which is pretty nice if I needed it to. I can run Knock Off in a physical variant with Flame Charge. Unfortunately, no good fire physical stat, but overall, just great Pokemon. The Mind Blown as a huge nuke that I could make use of. I get to click that 3 times as long as I'm at full HP with the recoil. Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Psychic, just great moves in general and a great special attacker for my team. But next up, and obviously the Ghost typing as well, which Ghost Stab is pretty much unresisted apart from Dark and Normal. So next up I went with Fortress. Now this is the bit where I messed up. I wanted Skarmory, but I was using a copy doc to plan out my team, and the copy doc had the old tiers, which I forgot that we changed some of them for the next season. It was for season 6, and Skarmory was a tier 1 in season 6, but in tier 2 is where Skarmory lived in season 7, and I kind of messed up because I was like, I need to get Skarmory, but unfortunately I can't afford it with my plan. So I ended up going with Fortress. I don't regret Fortress. I think a great bug steel typing, only weak to fire, even though it's a 4 times weakness. Gives me Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes. The only form it has it doesn't give me is Webs. Great physical bulk. Not the best special bulk, but it can run special attacking Volt Switch. It gets Gyro Ball, Bug Bite. Just not the best moves ever, but as a hazard stacker and a hazard removal, it's pretty decent, and as a physical wall itself. That sturdy ability is really nice to keep my so I can run sturdy Cut Step if I need to. But that's just Fortress. I don't regret it. I wish I had Skarmory, but I don't regret this Pokemon. I'm looking forward to using it. Next up though, we have Meloetta. Now this one originally was illegal. Meloetta was an illegal pick to begin with. I couldn't fit it up with like a Mega Beedrill pick or a Mega Gallade pick or a Mega Alakazam pick. It was just too expensive. But then I looked down to tier 2 and I was like, right, okay. Because I had to sleep on this, I had to give myself a couple of hours because I messed up. But in the end I got it to work. Had like a small sleep to think about it. And I woke up and I was like, yeah, this needs to stay on my team. It's necessary. The normal typing, the psychic typing, the ability to be a fighting type, 90 base speed, 128 special attack with 128 Spadef and 100 HP was absolutely huge to me. I needed the power that Meloetta brought me. I needed the bulk that Meloetta brought me. I needed the ability to have a fighting type, at least, or a fast fighting type with 128 speed and 128 attack. So I really liked Meloetta. And I decided to keep it because of my Mega that I was going to pick as my last overall pick, because I noticed that almost everyone except for Royal had their Mega, so I could kind of leave my Mega. Picking up Meloetta really helped with a lot of my stats, my special attacking stat, as I didn't really have the greatest special attackers except for Blacephalon. I also get a normal type, I also got a good special wall, so it was just an all-round good Pokemon for me. And then following that is where I picked up Swellow. Now I picked up Swellow because I needed some more speed. I needed a special attacker, I needed another physical attacker, and this just fit the bill for both. The Guts Facade set hits like a truck with Brave Bird, a quick attack, U-turn. Then we've got the Specs, Scrappy, Boom Burst, Hurricane, Air/Radiate Heat Wave. Great moves that I can make use of. Not the best stats, but as a tier 4 and a flying type, I found it to be really useful. Scrappy was huge to me. The Boom Burst, I could run it Specs, Scarf if I need it, Banded, Life Orb, Sash, so many different options for Swellow. I've used it before and I absolutely love Swellow as a tier 4 pick. I'm very happy to be using Swellow, and I'm just overall excited for this team in general. Following Swellow though, I went with Regirock. I looked at my team, I noticed that my stealth rock setters were Crocodile and Fortress. Now, Fortress could do the job, but Fortress does not appreciate, like, hidden power fires, does not appreciate, like, a Flare Blitz from a Pokemon like Arcanine or Darmanitan. It doesn't appreciate just overall special moves in general. The typing itself, like neutral to flying, so someone's got like a Mega Pidgeot, that's a Heat Wave or Hurricane option. So I wanted something that could help with that, and Regirock really fit that build. That base 80 HP, 200 defense, monstrous, with 100 special defense. If I put it in the Sandstorm, that's a good SPDF stat. Rock type resists fire, resists flying, resists normal. I know the thingy resists normal anyway, Fortress. So actually, but just resisting flying and fire, mainly fire, was absolutely huge, because if they run hidden power fire, Regirock is a free switch in. And obviously in the sand, if I run it with Sandstorm, that's going to be huge. It gets Fire Punch, I know that much. It gets counter. Clear Body, so if I'm running like an offensive curse set, they can't be intimidated. Or defense drops. Sturdy, alternatively, as like a guaranteed rocks or a guaranteed hit. Living on 1 HP with a Cuss Step or something. Overall, Regirock really rounded out that defensive core I needed. Yes, it's quite slow, but the defense is huge. The SPDF is workable. I can make it definitely be a special wall. Assault Vested. Many different options for Regirock. I'm excited to use it. Following Regirock is my 11th pick. Now, this 11th pick was guaranteed all the way back at, I believe, 4th pick overall, a tier 5 fighting type. I wanted a tier 5 fighting type. I wanted my tier 5 to fill that fighting role. I know I have Meloetta, but Meloetta is mainly there for the psychic typing. Other than that, Hitmonchan is there for Rapid Spin, Mark Punch, Bullet Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Close Combat. So many different moves that it gets access to that I was really happy for. It can run the Firium Z Fire Punch. It can have access to, obviously, if someone gets down to a Sash and they're not a Ghost type, I can Mark Punch, or if they are a Ghost type, I can Bullet Punch them for priority. I was torn mainly between this and Primeape. I did have some others like Sork in the mix, but Primeape didn't get access to Mark Punch. If Primeape got Mark Punch, it would have been Primeape on this list right now. But the Mark Punch priority was really nice for me. The good SPDF as well, I can make it with an Assault Vest and take some special hits all day. 50 HP isn't great, attack is only at 105, which is nice, but not the best. But the speed is where it's lacking. But as a tier 5, I thought it'd be quite great to use. The priority can alleviate the speed, the fighting type I needed, and the speed isn't too worried, because my final pick, my Mega, was Mega Sceptile. I didn't have a Grass type, I didn't have a Dragon type. My favorite Mega gets to come back. I have used Mega Sceptile before, did not enjoy it. So this is going to be a redemption attempt for Sceptile. He's got 4 weeks to redeem himself. 110 attack, 145 special attack, 145 speed, monstrous stats when it comes to offensive. Leaf Storm, Dragon Pulse, Focus Blast, Hidden Power, as good special moves, Energy Ball as well, Giga Drain. As special moves, physical moves, we've got Sword Stance to boost that physical attack, Leaf Blade, Night Slash, Stone Edge, well, Rock Slide I believe, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Outrage, X-Scissor. So many good physical moves that used to be special back in Gen 3. It's a shame this Pokemon is stuck being special with a worse special move pool than its physical, but I'm looking forward to using Sceptile, and I'm very excited to give him another shot. It finalizes my Fairy Dragon Steel Core with Fairy Slurpuff, Steel Fortress, Dragon, Sceptile, and then fills out my Fire Water Grass Core with Blacephalon, Milotic, and Sceptile. My final team overall: Zeraora is my tier 1, Milotic is tier 2, two tier 3s are Slurpuff, Crocodile, tier 4 Swellow, tier 5 Hitmonchan, Mega Sceptile is my Mega, Blacephalon, Fortress, Meloetta, Regirock is my 3 picks, and then Firium Z is my Z Crystal. Overall, I'm excited for this week, for this season set of weeks. This team I'm very excited to use. Overall, I think I'm going to have a good time with this team, and hopefully, if I can, I will record the next week. I missed last week because my OBS was playing up. If I'm able to use this laptop I'm borrowing again, I'll be able to record the next week battle. Anyway, thanks for watching, peace.